Good afternoon, everyone. This is Matt over at MilestoneCapitalGrowthPortfolio.com. Today is Tuesday, March 18th, and I have several stocks I want to take a look at today. And one of them that a lot of people have been playing is this ARIA. All right, ARIA had this nice pop up here after it broke out of this box. Had this nice pop up here, and then proceeded to pull back down again and consolidate. So after this double bottom, triple bottom here, nice and solid. You have a wick and two bodies. You popped up over the 50-day moving average on some great volume. After that, we had a nice consolidation day, and then another move higher today with the test of the middle Bollinger Band. So I think we're getting ready to take this next leg. But again, I want to forewarn everybody, we're in that box. So let's focus on the box, and when we break out of this box, that's when you go into your next stage. As you can see, we have different stages, but it's definitely bounced off the bottom of this box here and started heading up. But once we break the middle bully, we should be fine for the next trend up. And if we can get some volume into this, 1171 should be very close in the near future here. But a nice kick up here on the 100-day moving average. 50 still heading up nice and straight and acting as support now. 200-day moving average is pretty flat right here. So you just need this break here at 1669 for the gap fill. So see what happens there. But these stages 1, 2, 3, 4. So here comes 5, and then 6, and then we're going to be there. So relative strength index is at right around 47. So it's been turning up a little bit, and your money chalk and money flow is starting to turn up. So look for this one to get some more action to the upside. As it held its support of the 50-day moving average and just is breaking the middle Bollinger Band. So tomorrow is going to be a telltale sign for that. HTM in the chat room today, we were discussing that one. Actually, it was yesterday or the day before, whatever the case may be. I think we started talking about it 2 days ago, 3 days ago. But anyway, it's just been rocking to the upside. Today was a definite breakout. And we hit the 88, and looks like it's going to get moving a little bit higher here. But let's extend this on the monthly so we can see a little bit better here. I'll go weekly, see if I can catch everything. All right, your next points on this one are going to be your tops here, and that's about it right now. It's 135 sitting there, and then up here in this cluster, which is going to be 165. So this one's definitely going to be a doubler for everybody. Nice move on the chalk and money flow and your relative strength index. Getting a little bit overbought right now, so just let it chill out a little bit, and after she relaxes, she's going to get going again a little bit higher. So let it consolidate, and then let's see where she goes from there. But great move, HTM, great alert in the chat room. MBLX has taken a dive, but we're starting to get a nice move to the upside. This is the weekly. I'll switch it over to the daily in just a second here, but on the weekly you have the 50-day moving average that broke today and acted as support, and then it just moved up to the 100-day moving average. So all we have to do is break this 100 before we really get rolling to the upside. But this has plenty of room to go to the upside. Back here, the stock was $15, so this one can move pretty well. You get your Arun getting ready to turn up. Your chalk and money flow is starting to almost going to become positive, and your relative strength index has plenty of room to go. So this one looks really good. Let's quick look at the daily. You see a big candle today. So a big candle today. You get a little bit of resistance at the top of this one, but looking longer term, that's why I wanted to look at the 50. So you hit your head a little bit on that candle right there, and that acted as resistance. But after that, after we break this, this thing should really take off, and the only thing in the way right now after that is 235. So keep an eye on this one, MBLX. She's really looking good. IBIO is breaking out, has turned after consolidating here. Everything started turned. Your 100 and 200 is about to cross and move to the upside. Your 50-day moving average is acting as support right now. So it's really, and your middle Bollinger Band. So it's really took off when they realized that that was going to hold true. So you had a double top, a triple top here, double top here. All this resistance was broken, and we came up and right at the top of this candle took on a little bit of resistance, but it's only at 68 cents. There's plenty of room to move to the upside. This next area of resistance is going to be the 93 area, and then start getting up into the $1 area. So keep an eye on IBIO. FSI has this triple bottom in place right now. So if this holds, we could get moving to the upside here a little bit. 90, whatever the case may be, right where this cluster is. So keep an eye on FSI. The bottom should be in right now, And you gotta love these bottoms. And there's plenty of room for this one to move to the upside. It was way up here, so if we can hold this bottom here, it's very oversold. And once we get the Choke and Money Flow to turn and the Arun to turn, this should bring back some rewards to your portfolio. AEHR. AEHR is just in a great trend to the upside. It does consolidate and then move back higher. So you have the 50 and the 100 totally acting as support right now. You have a little bit of resistance right here at the top of these candles, but once you break that, we can definitely come up and test this area of 329. Relative strength index is at 63, and your Choke and Money Flow is turned to the upside. So AEHR definitely is in a pattern to move a little bit higher here. So let's take a look at the weekly on this, because it looks a little bit better on the weekly. You get a better understanding. So we were, this took a big hit from $10, came down, consolidated, and now everything's swinging to the upside again. So this is something you want to look at for going long, okay? Because it's just going to consolidate at each level and then bust out higher. That's just the way it happens. So and there's real no resistance up here until 591 in that area. You get a little bit right here. That's why we keep having it from this cluster. Okay, so once we break this cluster, this thing's going to get moving to the upside. So keep an eye on this one. Relative strength index at 53. Plenty of room. Once you get some money coming into this, it could definitely move a lot higher. AEHR. PGNX. PGNX looks good off this double bottom. Came up, hit some resistance. Watch for this to break over this resistance right here. It has a nice gap fill that needs to get filled up here at the 6 and change, 615 area. So once we break out of all this right here, look for it to come up and close this gap and then probably pull back down again, but there's plenty of room for the upside here. You get a little turn here in your Choke and Money Flow, and your relative strength index is turned up a little bit too with some nice volume coming into it. So if this picks up, look for it to keep going. JVA was up big the other day. Pulled back one day, and that was it. There's a great chat room alert. Everybody trading this one, and now it's back even higher. Okay, so Java is not going to stop. This one's on a mission, and right now, just looking at by this here, you should have this resistance right in this area from here. But once you break out of that, let's switch this over the monthly so you can see a little bit longer. I'll go weekly first. All right, so let's just see here at the weekly. So this one could spike, up in this area of 27, 28, who knows? But you're going to have your next big resistance at 1364 after this is broken here. And that's really, that's all there is 14 actually. So from 8 to 14, ride the wave. Look for some consolidation. Your relative strength index is pretty high, but your Choke and Money Flow, you definitely have money coming into this. It trades thin, but it trades fast. So keep an eye on JVA, because it is going to continue to the upside. All right, Bone. Bone got some action today. It's cheap stock, but it's moving. Closed solid. High of the day. Relative strength index is a 75. Your Choke and Money Flow is kicked up to the upside. All your Bollinger Bands are heading to the upside. Your 50, 100, and 200 is starting to turn to the upside also. So this was, a higher price stock. So after it pulled back down, consolidate is now starting to turn to the upside here. You're going to have a little bit of resistance right around 94 before we come up and consolidate at the 148, which is almost a double from where it is now. So just keep an eye on Bone, because it could get some action to the upside. EROC. Nice member alert today. And we'll keep it right here because I want to show you this gap on Bone. All right, there's a nice gap. EROC. There's a nice gap up here at 720. So look for this one to, because it broke this downtrend line, or it's very close to it. All right, it's very close to it. So once we break this trend line, the 50-day moving average, you can use that as your trend line. So tomorrow, when you get more volume coming into this, after that breaks, look for this one to come up and fill this 718 gap. So this is EROC. Looks really good. Keep an eye on this one for bigger moves to the upside. So that's EROC. One more I want to take a look at, Matt. Why? Because I love that name. That's my name. We've been talking about this one for a while now. That's why you see the lines here. We're back over the resistance area and starting to move into this box here. So what I want to see next is this candle broken. So this is acting as resistance right now. Once we break that, we're going to come up and hit the 50-day moving average, consolidate. I would imagine with this one, the way it's trading and the way its pattern history is, I would say something like this is going to take place like right where the 50-day moving average is, and then get ready to come up and break this. So a couple months out that we're ready to completely fill this gap, but it could be sooner once we get some Momo into it. Who knows? But MAT is looking really good. Has a nice gap to fill also. So keep an eye on Matt. All right, this is Matt over at MilestoneCapitalGrowthPortfolio.com. Join us every day for live chat. It's a blast. Great. Nothing gets missed. Stocks, options, Netflix, we're banking. Apple down, Apple up. It doesn't matter. Whatever's moving, we're catching it. ICPT that went down $60 the other day, back up 27 today. So it's action packed and fun filled with money. All right, this is Matt. Have a great night, everyone. See you tomorrow in the chat room.